Law enforcement warning. The following message is transmitted at the request of the City of New York Police Department. This is not a test. The NYPD is urging residents of the 5 boroughs to remain vigilant and lock their doors as reports of a lone individual attacking people in a manner similar to a vampire have been received. According to the descriptions provided, the individual is a Caucasian male, 6 feet 5 inches tall, wearing a long black and red cape with a gold chain, short cropped hair, very pale face, and elongated teeth with blood dripping from his teeth and his face, and speaks with an indeterminate Eastern European accent. His method of attacking involves biting the necks of victims and consuming their blood, putting them into a coma. Eyewitnesses also claim that the victims of this attack would then soon after wake from their coma and also possess sharp teeth and would attack any persons nearby. Reports that this person and his victims are able to turn into bats and fly are unconfirmed, but he has been reported to be in multiple locations in different areas of the city very quickly. In the event that you are confronted by this vampire or his victims, there are reports that they can be repelled or held at bay by holy objects such as crosses, Bibles, rosaries and holy water, as well as garlic, wood and iron stakes. They will not cross into consecrated land, such as churches. If you see this man or any of his vampire followers, please call 911 immediately. Shelter-in-place warning. The following message is transmitted by the New Orleans Police Department and the Louisiana State Police. This is not a test. At 8:12 Central Daylight Time, a state of emergency has been declared for the city of New Orleans and surrounding areas. All residents of the city of New Orleans are requested to shelter in place, seek an interior room and avoid windows and doors. A biological agent has been released into the air near cemeteries in central New Orleans which has caused the dead to rise from their graves and reanimate, seeking to attack, kill, consume and spread much like fictional zombies. This agent has also been reported infecting living persons and turning them into a zombie state as well. The New Orleans Police Department and Louisiana State Police are currently trying to hold back the undead hordes in the area around Metairie Cemetery, Greenwood Cemetery, Oddfellows Rest, Holt Cemetery, and Lake Lawn Park Cemetery. These zombies are slow-moving and unable to run, but gather in large numbers, and it is inadvisable to fight the zombies yourself as they are able to spread the virus through contact with bodily fluids such as saliva and blood. If you must fight the zombies for your own safety, aim for the head or use fire, as destroying the brain of the zombie is the only way to ensure that they will be destroyed.
At 9:29 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the Toronto Police Department and the Ontario Provincial Police have issued an animal danger warning for the following areas: the Greater Toronto Area including the City of Toronto, Durham Region, Halton Region, Peel Region, York Region, Dufferin County and Simcoe County. The Toronto Police Department has received reports of large, werewolf-like creatures attacking civilians, biting or clawing at them, which will then turn the victim into a werewolf. Werewolves can be identified due to their large heights, ranging from 6 to 8 feet tall, coats of fur covering their entire body, animal features including muzzles, triangular ears on the top of their head, and tails, and many have the ruins of their previous clothing on their bodies. They are many times stronger than a normal human, and are capable of running at fast speeds with great endurance, and are resistant to many otherwise crippling or fatal injuries. Some werewolves continue to have the ability to speak, but most can only growl or howl. Residents of the Greater Toronto Area should seek shelter immediately and avoid contact. If you must confront a werewolf, the only known weakness is to silver, namely in the form of bullets and other objects which will cause them injury.
À 21h29, l'heure avancée de l'Est, le service de police de Toronto et la police provinciale de l'Ontario ont émis un avertissement de danger animal pour les zones suivantes: la région du Grand Toronto, y compris la ville de Toronto, la région de Durham, la région de Halton, la région de Peel, la région de York, pays du Frein et comté de Simcoe. Le service de police de Toronto a reçu des informations faisant état de grandes créatures loups-garous attaquant des civils, les mordant ou les griffant, transformant ainsi la victime en loup-garou. Les loups-garous peuvent être identifiés en raison de leurs hauteurs élevées, de 6 à 8 pieds, de leur manteau de fourrure, de leurs caractéristiques animales telles que les museaux, de leurs oreilles triangulaires sur le dessus de la tête et de la queue, et de nombreux animaux vêtements sur leur corps. Ils sont plusieurs fois plus puissants qu'un être humain normal, sont capables de courir à des vitesses rapides avec une grande endurance, et résistent à de nombreuses blessures paralysantes ou mortelles. Certains loups-garous ont toujours la capacité de parler, mais la plupart ne peuvent que grogner ou hurler. Les résidents de la région du Grand Toronto devraient chercher refuge immédiatement et éviter tout contact. Si vous devez affronter un loup-garou, la seule faiblesse connue est l'argent, notamment sous la forme de balles et autres objets susceptibles de les blesser.
Civil emergency message. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Boston Police Department and the Massachusetts State Police. This is not a test. There are reports of fighting in the Boston area between groups of women claiming to be witches who are using spells and potions on civilians, public structures, and on each other. Some of the effects of these magical attacks include controlling other people, extreme illness, violent convulsions, and death. It should be noted that not all of the witches are targeting civilians. A large number of the witches claim to be white witches who are fighting against their evil counterparts and are protecting groups of people that were being attacked by other witches. Heavy fighting is taking place near the Boston State House and other areas of the city including Harvard University, MIT, Fenway Park, Bunker Hill Memorial, the USS Constitution, Old North Church, and Boston Logan International Airport. All residents of Boston should seek shelter. Do not go outside, as you will be caught in the crossfire of this dangerous situation. Local area emergency for the city of San Francisco and Oakland. The following message is transmitted at the request of the San Francisco Police Department and California Highway Patrol. This is not a test. Many reports of supernatural beings similar to ghosts have been reported in the city of San Francisco and the city of Oakland, congregating in areas notable for death including Alcatraz Island and areas affected by the 1906 earthquake. These beings are mostly transparent with a white, blue or green haze around their body. They are able to pass through walls, doors, windows, roofs and other solid objects with ease, and rarely speak except with moans and shrieks. These ghosts have not been reported to attack anyone, but they will cause a feeling of coldness and fear if nearby, as well as unexplainable medical conditions. Residents of San Francisco and Oakland are strongly encouraged to avoid interacting with the ghost for their own safety. The San Francisco Police Department will continue to keep up to date on the current situation. Stay tuned to the emergency alert system for further updates.
Área de emergencia local para la ciudad de San Francisco y Oakland. El siguiente mensaje se transmite a solicitud del Departamento de Policía de San Francisco y la Patrulla de Caminos de California. Esto no es una prueba. Muchos informes de seres sobrenaturales similares a fantasmas han sido reportados en la ciudad de San Francisco y en la ciudad de Oakland, que se congregan en áreas notables de muerte, incluida la isla de Alcatraz y áreas afectadas por el terremoto de 1906. Estos seres son en su mayoría transparentes con una neblina blanca, azul o verde alrededor de su cuerpo. Son capaces de atravesar paredes, puertas, ventanas, techos y otros objetos sólidos con facilidad, y rara vez hablan, excepto con gemidos y chillidos. No se ha informado que estos fantasmas ataquen a nadie, pero causarán una sensación de frialdad y miedo si están cerca, así como también condiciones médicas inexplicables. Se recomienda a los residentes de San Francisco y Oakland que eviten interactuar con los fantasmas por su propia seguridad. El Departamento de Policía de San Francisco continuará informándose sobre la situación actual. Manténgase sintonizado con el sistema de alerta de emergencia para obtener más actualizaciones.
We apologize for the interruption to this broadcast. Please stand by for a message from the Australian Emergency Warning System. We apologize for the interruption to this broadcast. Please stand by for a message from the Australian Emergency Warning System. This is the Australian Emergency Warning System. The current emergency level is Watch and Act, meaning that you should be aware that an incident is taking place and you should seek a place of safety immediately. Seek shelter, now. Seek a place of safety, now. Seek shelter, now. Seek a place of safety, now. Reports are coming in from around Sydney of persons being possessed by demons and attacking other people around them, seeking to spread their corruption and cause destruction and mayhem throughout the city. Do not interact with any demonically possessed persons, and they should be engaged only by trained personnel such as priests capable of exorcisms. If you find someone who has been possessed, dial 000 to get into contact with emergency services immediately. Do not leave your place of shelter until it is declared safe to do so.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is WGN-TV. We will continue to serve the Chicago and Northern Illinois area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Chicago and Northern Illinois area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone lines should be kept open for emergency use. The emergency alert system has been activated. We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been discontinued during this emergency. This is WGN-TV. This station will continue furnishing news, official information and instructions for the Chicago and Northern Illinois area. If you are not in Chicago and Northern Illinois area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your area. It is important that you listen carefully to announcements from the station in your local area. We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been discontinued during this emergency. This is WGN-TV. This station will continue furnishing news, official information and instructions for the Chicago and Northern Illinois area. If you are not in Chicago and Northern Illinois area, you should tune to stations The following message is transmitted at the request of the White House. At 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, reports have been received across the country of supernatural and mythical creatures appearing in major cities across the United States, Canada, Mexico, Australia, and multiple countries in Europe. The majority of these creatures include vampires, zombies, ghosts, werewolves, demons, and witches, most of whom are attacking civilians with the apparent purpose of turning people into more of these creatures. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is encouraging everyone in the United States to seek shelter in their homes and to avoid going outside at this time. The President or his representative will be speaking on all channels shortly. Please stay tuned for this message. We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been discontinued during this emergency. This is WGN-TV. This station will continue furnishing news, official information and instructions for the Chicago and Northern Illinois area. If you are not in Chicago and Northern Illinois area, you should tune to stations.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
My fellow Americans, the President and his family are currently being transported to a safe, undisclosed location, and he has asked me to give the following message. The events that are taking place on this Halloween night here in the US and around the world, including Canada, Mexico, Australia, the United Kingdom, France, Spain, Germany, Norway, Sweden, Poland, Italy, Russia, China, and many other nations is unprecedented and genuinely terrifying. This feels like something out of a horror movie. Monsters and creatures that until now have been considered myth and fiction have appeared in multiple locations, seeking to spread chaos, fear, misery, and death in their wake. The FBI and CIA, working with local and state police forces in the United States, and many international intelligence partners have been working on uncovering the source of these beasts and demons. We currently do not believe that this is the work of a terrorist group, but we cannot rule out the possibility that some malevolent organization seeking the destruction of our way of life has somehow harnessed the occult and is using these monsters against us now. However,
This concludes operations under the emergency alert system. All broadcast stations may now resume normal programming operations. This concludes operations under the emergency alert system. All broadcast stations may now resume normal programming operations. This is an administrative message. The reports of strange fictional monsters and creatures appearing in multiple cities across the United States, Canada and the world were fake. Repeating, the preceding messages were all fakes. The FBI and CIA, working with local and state police agencies and international intelligence partners, have uncovered the cause. An advanced system established by hackers and computer programmers around the world was able to flood 911 call centers with calls of multiple reported sightings, leading to many cities activating the emergency alert system, and then cause an activation of an emergency action notification. The goals of this group are unknown, but it must be presumed to be a prank played on the entire public this Halloween night. Any further reports of ghosts, zombies, demons, vampires, witches and werewolves received by police forces will no longer be acknowledged nor acted upon, and repeated calls may result in fines or arrest for using emergency resources that may be required for other emergencies. Thank you for your cooperation during this event, and happy Halloween to all.
you